Good morning. We are beginning with Sons and Lovers, chapter 11. And here we find that as the spring season begins, Paul feels strongly drawn towards Miriam, and he senses that even though he is attracted to her and wishes to marry, still he is fighting his sense of morality and purity. He also knows that men of a similar age who have the same kind of trouble, that they have this kind of struggle, as they have a rough and irresponsible father who have hurt their mothers, and the young men neglect the very idea of marriage so as not to hurt the woman they marry, as that reminds them of their own mother. This is reflected from the incidences that we have, and there is one where he sees Miriam singing and Annie playing on the piano, and he feels as if he is watching a saint singing for his for the god, and he is disgusted that he desires her while she is an eternal maiden. When Mrs. Morel sees him with Miriam, she is unhappy as she feels Paul is acting like William when she finds that he is brooding over her. Once, when they are together at Villay Farm, Paul tells Miriam that he plans to marry her when when he turns 25, and he cannot marry her right away as he has no money. And he further says that they both belong to each other. Further, Miriam is shocked to hear that Paul believes that their relationship has been too pure up till now, and it can be seen as sinful. We find that she is appalled by the idea, but thinks that she can make a sacrifice for him. They try and test their relationship, but Miriam is uncomfortable as well as not at all ready for the relationship to be taken to the next level. We find that being with Miriam leaves Paul physically and emotionally unfulfilled, and he thinks of dying and destroying himself. These ideas of destroying himself, or the destructive ideas, they surface in his mind. During summer of that time, Miriam has to go to her grandmother's place as she is not well. When she recovers, she visits her daughter, and Miriam is left behind in the cottage. Paul goes to meet her all the way on a cycle, and they both prepare dinner. Again, spending time with Miriam brings the thoughts of death and how comforting it would be to die. Again, such thoughts surface in his mind. Though they spend time together, but their relationship becomes strained, and Paul wants to know the reason for the lack of passion in their relation. And to this, Miriam says that they are too young, and this relationship appears to be failing. Paul informs Mrs. Morel that he will not see Miriam anymore, but Mrs. Morel does not ask any question. But she is greatly concerned as he looks gloomy and unhappy. Paul, although he does not break up with Miriam and is with her for another year, but we find that he no longer finds comfort with her, and he feels that she makes him feel guilty. When Paul says he can't marry her, Miriam makes him understand that he has resisted falling in love with him as he has never examined his own emotions. While he has always kept blaming her, when he gains this insight, it disturbs him as he realizes that she has understood him quite well. He tells Mrs. Morel that Miriam was expecting that probably this relationship is never going to its destined path, and she has taken it well that Paul no longer feels any passion for her. Mrs. Morel then warns him to stay away from her, while we find that towards the end of this chapter, Miriam is wondering whether Paul is going to return him or not. This is all for today. Thank you.